side by side, our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Hey friends, welcome back to my first video in 2023. You saw our little morning routine and what we do. Today was a little bit different because Brent had to leave like an hour and a half earlier than he normally leaves because he had to work out of town. So usually what happens, and I might do a whole video yet of our morning routine and our evening routine, just the different things we do and whatnot. But normally I get up around 7:30, do my devotions, get my kitchen clean, get breakfast ready, and if I have time, I do like to go uptown and run my errands before Brent and Connor wake up, because luckily our grocery stores and hardware stores and whatnot are open at like 7-8 o'clock. So if by 8 o'clock Brent and Connor aren't out of bed yet, I have time to run uptown and do my errands. Today's video is about my 2023 goals with finding a routine in the new year, weight loss, fertility, plans for the next few months, updates on Connor, house renos, and summer trips. So that is kind of what we're going to be talking about today, just a whole variety of different things. So I'm gonna start right at the top. Actually, last year was kind of a mess. I dealt with severe anxiety in 2021 and 2022, and just starting to learn how to overcome that near the end of 2022. I would say end of November, beginning of December, I learned how to deal with it and how to move on with my life. So last year, especially with my YouTube, it was a mess. And with a lot of other things, I would say Connor and I basically just was in survival mode from January 1st to the end of the year. This year is going to be different. We have so many things happening, and a lot of huge things that could change our lives. And so I'm going to start with some of the less life-changing ones, but ones that could give more structure and more routine to me and Connor's day at home. So we're gonna start with how I'm finding routine in the new year. And so a few things that I did in 2022 was I would write out like a weekly list of things I needed to get done, like appointments, chores, etc. And I did that starting last week. So January 3rd, I made a list because when the holidays are finally over, and it gave me structure for my entire week, and I just found I got things done. Our house stayed cleaned, we didn't eat out so much, and Connor and I were a lot happier and more content. So in 2022, Connor watched a lot of TV. Like I said, we were basically in survival mode. And what I started in December was Connor doesn't need to watch any TV until at least after his nap. Yeah, I do allow him to have screen time because, for one, he has a disability. So the amount of playing he gets done in a day happens in the morning, and then he's out of ideas. So by the time he's up from his nap is usually when I have supper on the go and I need to be on my feet and doing things, so I can't sit on the floor and play with him like I can in the morning. So I let him watch a movie from his end of his nap to supper time. So that's how he does things in a day. Then underneath my weekly schedules, I'm gonna have daily schedules. So I've got a list of things to get done in a week, and in that I've got a certain amount of things that I want to get done in a day. just to kind of spread it out throughout the week and to make sure that I'm always busy doing something at home, whether it be cleaning a room or organizing my fridge or sweeping underneath the couches, you know, things like that. So not a whole lot. So I'm not like running around all day, but that way there's just something for me to do all day rather than sitting in front of the TV all day, which I did a lot of in 2022. So my daily and weekly schedules include things like chores, appointments, menu planning, grocery shopping, you know, etc. Just things that give Connor and I structure. And then we're going to jump down to weight loss. So if you would have been paying attention in my last few videos, I gave hints, clues, and even outright said that Brent and I recently have had another early pregnancy loss. We found out we were pregnant in September of 2022, and near the end of October, we ended up losing that pregnancy. And from the time we lost that pregnancy, like once I was up and around again to now, I've gained 10 pounds. I did a lot of emotional eating. From the time I met Brent to last September, I had put on another 30. So that's 40 in total. So my goal for this year is to drop those 40 pounds. If I can at least drop 20 by the time my birthday comes, I will be very excited. I'm not giving you my actual weight because you don't need to know. The reason I am telling you this is kind of for accountability purposes, not just, you know, like for other people to know, but for when I go back and watch this in like 7 to 8 months, I better be super close to my goal weight or I'll be kicking myself and very frustrated. So it's getting my health in order. I find that I need to find more proper nutrition. I need to move more. I need to learn more about food and, you know, all the things. So what I'm doing is I'm going through obviously if you watch TV and have the internet, you've heard of Noom. And my husband and I talked about it, and I did sign up with Noom. So I'm going through their program, and since I've started with them, I've already lost like 8 pounds, and it feels absolutely amazing. Obviously nobody can see a difference, it's probably just water weight, but you know what? When I stepped on the weight scale and I saw that I dropped 8, I was so happy. Now underneath weight loss, I have fertility. I'm gonna go into more detail in a later video on my miscarriage that happened, but because it was my 3rd miscarriage and I've had 2 chemical pregnancies, so in total I've had 5 early pregnancy losses between 4 weeks and 13 weeks of being pregnant. My doctor has officially referred me to a gynecologist. I'm currently on a 3-month waiting list. I got the call that I was on the waiting list in November, and so I have another couple of months to wait, but we are going to go see a fertility specialist. But while I'm waiting for those appointments, I'm doing things to take care of my body prior to getting pregnant. So I'm taking the appropriate supplements, I'm being super safe with what essential oils I've been using, and I'm learning how to overcome my anxiety. I think with my last pregnancy, I had a lot of anxiety especially on losing the pregnancy, and I didn't have enough trust in God that He would, you know, whatever happens, He's there with me and He's taking care of me. So at the top, I'm going to start with the supplements that I'm taking currently to prepare my body to be pregnant. I'm not necessarily taking prenatals at this point because we're still at a pretty far distance away from getting pregnant. I want to see the gynecologist first and get some tests done to see why we keep losing these pregnancies. And once I've had some of those tests done and we get answers, then I'm going to start taking prenatals to support my body in that way. But I am taking grass-fed beef organs. They're dehydrated beef organs in capsules, and they do have all the nutrients that a prenatal vitamin has, like iron especially. So I'm taking that, and I'm taking digestive enzymes, I'm taking evening primrose oil, and I'm taking sulfurzyme from Young Living and Life 9 probiotic from Young Living. So I'm supporting my body in all different areas with brain health, gut health, hormone health, all the things. So while I'm taking those supplements, I feel fantastic. And then for my oils, I'm not going to mention which oils cause these symptoms because I don't want to get in trouble with Young Living. But I was taking a certain oil that I took it for over a year, and I realized I didn't need to take it after I ran out of it and all of my symptoms of a certain thing that I was dealing with went away. So I stopped taking it. So the oils that I am taking currently are Progessence Plus, Digize, and Peppermint, especially when I need it, Thieves, Lavender, Cedarwood. Like those are the oils that I use on a pretty regular basis for like sleep, gut health, hormone health, and all the things. If you want more information on the oils that I use, find me on Instagram and give me a follow, and then DM me, and then I will give you all the information on the oils that I use. All right, so plans for the next few months. So we are going to Vancouver to the BC Children's Hospital in a couple of weeks. So January 17th is our flight out, and January 18th is Connor's doctor's appointment, and January 19th we are flying home. Yes, I will be vlogging that entire trip for a memory thing for us, and just so we can see where Connor's been and how far he's gotten, but make sure to tune into that. And then sometime this spring, we don't have dates yet because they didn't have dates for the clinic, but we are going to a arthrogryposis clinic in Calgary at the Children's Hospital there. A couple times a year, all the specialists that work in arthrogryposis get together and do one large clinic. So Connor's doctor at BC Children sent in a referral to that clinic, and we did get a call back, and because we're in BC, they weren't sure if they would accept us because Alberta and with COVID and all the restrictions and things, but they are accepting Connor as a patient. So we are going to an arthrogryposis clinic sometime in the spring. I'm supposed to call them in February. Excuse me. I'm supposed to call them in February, and then we are heading down to Calgary, Alberta, to the Children's Hospital there for a complete arthrogryposis clinic where we will be seeing everybody. And they're going to give us like a rundown of Connor's AMC, where he has it, and the different things that we can do to support him. And so we are really excited about that clinic. And also it'll be a little bit of a trip for us because I have an uncle and aunt that live in Calgary, and I used to live an hour south of there, and I've got friends there, so I'm kind of hoping we can go visit them. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be able to, but I'm hoping we'll be able to make it work. Yes, and Brent and I have been talking. So this year is our 5-year wedding anniversary, and we kind of wanted to do a small trip, but we aren't sure if we'll be able to with some camping trips that we already have planned, and with Connor's medical trips. But we were kind of hoping that we'd be able to go to Prince Rupert for our 5-year. We'll see. If we do, I kind of want to get it all vlogged. So we'll see. I'll let you know when the time is right. All right. Updates on Connor. This is a fun one. He's learning new words. We're finding it easier to communicate. So for instance, the cutest thing he's been doing right now is when I ask him, like, do you want to go play with your toys, or do you want to look at a storybook, or do you want to eat more food? He'll shake his head and go, no. And it's the cutest thing. He's the first word he learned. Well, not the first word, but it's the first way he learned to respond verbally is by saying no to us. But it's so incredibly cute. But yeah, he's learning new words so often. He is trying to copy what we're saying. Today at breakfast, when I asked him if he wanted some milk, he did say mol. So I think he was trying to say milk. And every time I gave him a drink of his milk, he would say mol. And he knows how to say eggs, and because he had pancakes for breakfast, so he called them kegs. So cute. There's a lot of new words he's learning, and it's becoming a lot easier to communicate verbally with him. He's getting so close to walking. If he's sitting against the couch, he can stand up on his own, walking, he gets too excited, his body gets too stiff from head to toe. So I'm really hoping that at the AMC clinic we're going to in Calgary will give us some tips on that. But he is so close to walking, and we're working on potty training. Now, I got a lot of tips on how to potty train a child that doesn't have a disability. Basically, everyone's telling me wait till they're walking. I'm like, well, I can't wait till Connor walks, because that could be another year or two, and then he'll be 4 or 5. You know, I can't wait that long. I need to start now because he's giving me all the signs that he's ready, like going to another room to do his business, or telling me he's gone once he's gone. He's even gone on the toilet before. It's just we're lacking him telling me prior. So along with my daily schedule, what I want to start doing now is, because he usually fills his diaper 20 to 30 minutes after he eats breakfast. So I want about 15 to 20 minutes is put him on his potty and see what he'll do. And then right before lunch, put him on it again. Right before nap, put him on it again. Right after nap, put him on it again. Right before supper, put him on it again. And right before bed, try again. And then if I stick to that routine, maybe he'll realize it's more comfortable to do his business in the toilet rather than in the diaper and sit in it and not tell me about it. So we're working on that. House renos. So in 2022, we worked on our siding. This year, we're working on getting our fence rebuilt, and if it needs to be done, we need to get our ceiling done as well, or our roof, our house roof. So we have to finish painting our car garage because that's not quite done yet. Also, we are in the middle of kitchen renos. So when I first started YouTube, our kitchen was like in a U shape. And we have recently turned it into more of an island. So now it's parallel with my back countertop and cupboards. So what Brent is currently working on in his dad's shop is building me new cabinets. We're painting them white. We're getting backsplash and a white countertop. So my kitchen will be more white. Our goal is to get rid of like that orangey color that's all over our house and change it all to a light gray or a white. So that's what we're working on now, and that's where that gray towel is hanging in front of where cabinets are supposed to go, because that's where we cut off the island from. And Brent hasn't finished building the cabinets yet. So that's his goal. The goal for his plan for this winter is to finish all my cabinets. And our laundry room, we have plans to stack our washer and dryer, get rid of the top cupboards, and put a long built-in for towels and my detergents and stuff. And then that way we have more space in our entrance. We're even thinking of closing off like the one side of our stairs and just having one way to go up the stairs, not two. And that way we've got place for like racks for our shoes and hangers for our jackets and stuff. Because right now our closet is super full and it's kind of a pain to get into the crawl space. So it would be nice to have that floor available to just open when we need to go down. We're also wanting to renovate our downstairs bathroom. So I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year or next, but our plan is to tear out the tub and put in a shower or a stand shower, and that's it. I think that would give our bathroom a lot more room. And they want to paint all the walls white and get rid of the vanity there because it's brown and cream colored, and that just doesn't look good. We want to change it up to more of a light gray and a white. The upstairs bathroom is going to stay as is for now. We don't have any plans right now to change that. Our car garage, however, we want to make more usable. So as of right now, we cannot park our vehicle in our car garage. It's basically a place for storage, like trash. It's a garbage bin. We put all of our garbage in there, and it's disgusting. So we want to clean it all out. We want to make it more usable, mouse proof, because we had mice in there last year and that was disgusting. And with our fence being fixed, Harley is going to become more of an outside dog and sleep in the car garage rather than in our house. Because yeah, Connor's he never crawled and he never really put things in his mouth, but what if our next baby does? We've got a German Shepherd in the house. She loses a lot of hair, and I try to keep up with the sweeping, but sometimes we don't get it all and there's puffs of hair on the floor. So I don't need our future child to be crawling and putting that in her mouth. So before we get pregnant and have another baby, I would like Harley to be more of an outside dog, with the occasional letting her in when it's like minus 40 Celsius outside. And then she can sleep in the car garage. We're gonna make sure her doghouse is heated so she's still gonna be comfortable and warm. And our yard, it needs a lot of help. It's a very bumpy lawn. It's not smooth like the yard I grew up on in Alberta. But we've got a lot of worms in our ground here, so it makes our ground all like very rough. If you live in BC, you know what I'm talking about. I did not grow up with this. It's very new to me. So originally we wanted to tear up all of our lawn and replant it. But what we think we're gonna do now is just take care of it, fertilize it every year, and no, I'm not doing a garden this year on my yard, because those garden beds, I never get any vegetables out of them. It's a lot of work for nothing. So we're getting rid of the garden beds, and I'm very tempted to do some of my garden planting in Brent's mom's garden, because she's got a really large one. But if not, we'll see. With our front yard, we used to have a flower bed in the front that just came up every year, so it was like zero maintenance, but yet it didn't look very nice. So when Brent and I first got married, after a year, I pulled everything out, and I'd like to make it into a rock bed with the occasional pot of flowers that I can just get from the greenhouse every year. That way it stays neat and looks nice. And the last one I wanted to talk about was the summer trips that we plan on doing this year. So every Pentecost growing up, we would go camping with my family. And we've been trying to keep that going. We stopped for a bit there when I was a teenager, but then once we all got married and bought our own campers, we wanted to start again. And we've done it a few times, and it's been so much fun. Last year, we couldn't afford to pull our trailer there to where my family always camps. And so we're hoping we'll be able to do it this year. But that's a Pentecost, so end of May, beginning of June. And Brent's family all wants to head to Jasper to camp this year. So they aren't 100% sure on the dates then too. So those are for sure 2 trips we might be doing this year if we can afford them both. Other than that, we want to do local camping. Our church does a camp out once a year, and there's some very nice campsites around our community. So for a quick weekend getaway, me and Brent and Connor can just go camping. And we have friends here that camp, so we want to go camping with our friends. And then any city trips, a part of me would really like to go to Edmonton and do the West Edmonton Mall and the amusement park and the water park there. Well, the water park. Brent wants to do the water park. I don't love it. But the thing is, with Connor, I don't know if he would enjoy it yet. So we might wait till he's older, but if we can, I would like to do Edmonton this fall, like in September or October. And then the trips thus far that we have to visit my family in Alberta, we're going in springtime because Brent's going to be playing in a hockey tournament there. And then usually we go down for a week in the summer. It all depends if Brent's going to find work there, because he does have some jobs he can do there. It'll all depend how long we can stay. And then we always go down for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So those are the only trips that we have planned this year. But it sounds like we're going to have a pretty full year again, and this year is just going to right on by. So those are all the things that we have planned and that I personally want to do throughout the year of 2023. And I'm not calling them New Year's resolutions, because if they don't get completed this year, they're just going to carry on into next year. So they're not resolutions. They're just things that I would like to do. And I did start a lot of them in December. I did not start them in the new year. Like the weight loss thing, I started in December. And it's going to be continuing until I hit that goal. But anyway, now it's time for me to exercise. And I'm going through a slim down program with Fit On. And it's been fantastic. I completed my workout and it felt amazing, always does. I never regret doing a workout. For Christmas, my husband bought me a SodaStream Art. So I reward myself with a sparkling unsweetened beverage. So basically just sparkling water every time I exercise. That way I'm not binging on like snack foods, and it's carbonated water to fill me instead. But recently, over the holidays where I wasn't vlogging, I I started getting some products from Q Science. And one of my favorite ones is this one right here. It's the Calm Peach Lemonade. It's a magnesium drink and it tastes absolutely amazing. My sister is actually an ambassador with Q Science, and she said I'm supposed to try mixing the Peach Calm into some sparkling water to see if it's good, because she knows I already like the Peach Calm. She doesn't love it, so she wanted me to try it in sparkling water to see how it was, and then she wanted to give it a try. So Haley, this is for you. Okay, that is absolutely amazing. That is a perfect way to end a workout. A magnesium drink with sparkling water. It is healthy for you, it's refreshing, it's sweet, so it'll keep me from going to find some leftover Christmas candy. It dawned on me that I don't think I ever showed you guys my variety of houseplants. Now, don't mock me, I'm not a professional, but I do love my plants, and I'll see if I can get the names right. I don't think I have them all right, but I'll see if I get them right. All right. This is, I don't know the scientific name for it. My friend called it Moses in a basket. It is so pretty. I got it when it was like tiny, and somehow I made it live, and it grew, and it's just beautiful. Same friend gave me this plant. Now I've had the vine like down to here, but I chopped it off because I'm propagating, and I just love it. I like the viney look that my plants give. I don't know what it's called. All I know is it's a viney plant, and I have some more in the spare bedroom that I'm propagating. All right, so I have this Christmas cactus. Now it didn't bloom. It did not do what I wanted it to do, but it's alive, so I'm not complaining too much. This one, I think is called a wandering Jew. Again, I don't know the technical name for it. And it was dying, and I revived it. But before it died on me, I was quickly going to try and propagate. So I've got it going in a glass jar along with my Moses in a basket. And as you can see, it's almost ready. Well, I think it is ready for potting. And then I also have this one. My mom gave me this one. I was pretty sure I had. Oh yeah, I have it on the table. I actually have this in a plant as well. And then I got my viney one, also propagating, almost ready for a pot. And then my friend gave me a little succulent that I'm not sure will live. I'm doing my best though. And I really, really do love my plant collection. Really, really hoping they don't die on me. This one I got for Christmas actually in 2021. So I've had it now for an entire year and it's not dead. So I'm fairly proud of myself. But this is my other wandering Jew. It's a little bit of a different color. And I think I need to propagate and put back in here because it's a bit empty and I want to fill it out more. But the reason that I have them in the spare bedroom is that is where the majority of the sunlight is during the day, and I wanted them to get as much sun as possible since I thought they were dying. So that's where they're living. Good morning, friends. I did not get around to finishing yesterday's video yesterday. But what ended up happening was we ended up going for a drive because Brent had to drop a vehicle off at his brother's place. And then we went to his parents for an evening coffee. And then when we got home, put Connor to bed, and you know, we just finished off our evening. So I thought I would end the video today, which isn't a big deal. Whoa, good job. Yeah. Anyways, if you liked what you saw today, please give this video a like and hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you all then. Thanks for watching. Whoa! Again.